History Week 5. For the next 2 to 3 weeks, we'll be focusing on Betty Cuthbert. We're going to be talking about what she's recognised for in Australia and why she's significant to the suburb of Ermington, which I think we'll all be familiar with. So Betty Cuthbert's real name is Elizabeth Cuthbert. She was born on April 20th in 1938. And her homeland was in Marylands, New South Wales, but she spent her growing up years in Sydney, in the suburb of Ermington. She was titled as Australia's Golden Girl in athletics. Betty attended her elementary, which we now know as primary school. She attended Ermington Public School and finished high school in Macarthur Girls High School. Early on in her life, she had already showed interest in running. She was 8 years old when she got her first training in running from a teacher in the town where she was raised. At 18, she joined in the 1956 Summer Olympics held in Melbourne. Betty Cuthbert was an Australian runner and a 4-time Olympic gold medalist. During her career, she set 16 world records and remains the only athlete to triumph at the Games in the 100, 200 and 400 metres. Nicknamed Australia's Golden Girl, she was one of the first athletes inducted into the IAAF Hall of Fame in 2012. Her career as a runner started formally in 1956 Summer Olympics, which were held in Melbourne. Because she was not confident of her performance, she bought tickets to the Olympics just as a spectator, which means she just went to the Olympics to watch. She wasn't actually going there to compete in them. But during the event, she outdid her world-known teammates Marlene Matthews and Shirley Strickland. In the 100-metre event, she set the world record with a time of 11.4 seconds and automatically hailed as Australia's hero. After 4 days, she again set a world record with a time of 23.4 seconds in the 200-metre race. She then again led the 400-metre race that was held several days later, which made her collect 3 gold medals during the sports event. Because she was the very first athlete to win 3 gold medals at a single game, Betty Cuthbert became instantly famous in Australia. In the 1960 Summer Olympics held in Rome, Betty Cuthbert got injured and did not pursue the race, which means she decided not to go into the race. She decided to then retire in 1960, but went back in 1962 to represent Australia in the 1962 Commonwealth Games, and these were held in Perth. During these Commonwealth Games in Perth, she achieved a gold medal in the sprint relay. She won her 4th gold medal in the 1964 Summer Olympics that were held in Tokyo, which we know that the Olympics are held right now in Tokyo, the 2020 Olympics. If you've been watching the TV like I have, you've been seeing the athletics that were just on and all the other events. Below, you can see all the honours and awards and recognitions that she achieved in her lifetime. So in 1956 in athletics, in the 4x100 metre relay, she won gold medal. She won a gold medal, and these were held in Melbourne. You can get your mum or brother or sister to read through the rest of those. It's just outlining all the different medals and awards that she achieved as an athlete. The next picture here, we have a boat which is named after her. If you can zoom in, you can see Betty Cuthbert. Her name is on the center of the boat. So this is a river cat, and I'm sure a fair few of you have been on the river cat. I know that I've been on the river cat to go from Ryde to the city and then the city back to Ryde. It started on the river in 1992. It's got all the different lengths, the speed. The route that it takes is actually in the Parramatta River. So if you've been on a river cat in the Parramatta River, it's most likely that you've actually been on this one. So the Betty Cuthbert River Cat is obviously named after her, the athlete. The Sydney Harbour First Fleet class consists of 9 catamaran ferries built by Carrington Slipways in Tomango, New South Wales. It was originally intended that they operate the services on the Parramatta River, but they generated too much wash. So next we have a significant thing in Betty Cuthbert's life, and this is a statue of her obviously running. If you can see, she's got her leg up, she looks like she's sprinting, and this statue is outside the Melbourne cricket ground. So Betty Cuthbert donated basically all of her medals, all of her awards that she won to the Melbourne Cricket Ground's National Sports Museum, and if you go there today, all of her awards are still on show there. So this statue was created and revealed to the public in August in 2003, and it's located outside Gate 3 at the Melbourne Cricket Ground. She was awarded this statue due to her amazing success as an athlete. She's got all that success that we've just had a look at on the previous page, so all of her medals, her awards, all the recognitions of her as an athlete, that's what awarded her this statue. So I've got 3 activities for history this week. The first thing you're going to do is pick 3 interesting things you've just heard me talk about, and you need to write these into your Google document. They could be 3 different awards that she won over her life. You could talk about the fairy cat, you could talk about the statue. Pick 3 things that you find interesting and then write about those. The second activity is you need to draw your own picture of Betty with the medals that she received, or you could recreate the fairy cat in your own, like with your own drawing. You could put colors, and then you can take a photo of either one of these and then upload this to your Google document. If you can't actually take a photo and upload it to your Google document, you could just find a picture on Google of Betty with her medals, or find your own picture of the river cat, and then you can upload this. The third activity, if you have access to the internet, I would like you to search in Google 3 different pictures of Betty throughout her lifetime. They can be added to your Google document and labeled what the picture is of. For example, I have got a picture of Betty Cuthbert running, and I've listed the year that this picture came out, 1955. So underneath that 1955, I could just add, this is a picture of Betty Cuthbert sprinting. Okay, once you've finished those activities, don't forget to comment in the private comment section on your Google document and let me know that you've finished, so then I can mark your work.